Alright, so welcome to what is the penultimate round of Season 3 of the Ayrton Senna driver career mode. Now, last time out at Vegas, I got a miraculous P2 finish, you know, given the fact that our car is currently in the midfield, although to be fair, we're actually not that far off the leaders. We do have that balancing out the field, like R&D modifier on, so I was sort of expecting at this point it would be quite close, but we are still behind RB, Aston, Mercedes, so to get within like the top sort of 4 or 6 is still an incredible result. Lando Norris as well got a P4 in that race, which is absolutely ideal. For the constructors, taking a look at the standings, I lead the drivers by 27. If I outscore Alonso at all in today's race, or if he fails to outscore me by like 2, I will be the world champion going into Abu Dhabi. In the constructors, we trail Aston Martin by 56. It's quite an insurmountable gap in just 2 rounds, but I suppose you could say you never know what can happen. Crucially though, we lead Ferrari by 31 points after Las Vegas, which is huge because before that, the gap was like 5, so that is absolutely massive to go and get P2. Now today, we're going to Qatar. This is the first time on video, on stream, me personally, I have driven on this track on this year's game, which is crazy to me because on F123, it was arguably my favorite track. So let's not waste any more time and get into qualifying and see what happens. You know, let's go. Oh yeah, I also completely forgot that it's a sprint weekend, so this video is going to be doubly extra long. Good luck, future FUTcrim, editing this. Which means there is a lot more points on offer. Okay, cool. Let's get into sprint quali, where I'll only get like 1 lap and just see what happens. Alright, welcome to quali. Sprint quali, I should say. Now, the thing that I dislike about sprint quali is that unless you go out almost instantly, you only get 1 lap. As you can see as well, you only get 1 set of tyres, really. There's obviously no point going on the mediums when softs are on offer. However, I am considering doing a lap on the medium tyre early to warm me up. Rub a mistletoe. I'm recording. Go away. Anyway, so yeah, I was gonna go on the mediums, do a little warm-up lap, but you know what? I don't need to. Like I said last time, form is temporary, class is permanent. I don't need to warm up. We're gonna do 1 lap on the softs and just see how it goes. Lock in. And here we go, my first ever lap off the Qatar circuit. Now, I'm going to treat this like I would on F123. Obviously, the handling isn't that different, so that's how I'm going to treat it. Oh. Wow, they've moved the start-finish line quite a way back. Okay, let's go. Into turn 1, late on the brakes. Right over the curb. I'm surprised that curb actually stayed grippy. And I've already gone wide, so that's a good start. Fine, whatever. Now these 2 corners, very scary early on the brakes. Oh wow, you can really cut the corners. That was incredible as I set the fastest sector 1. Oh yes, come on, I am locked. Next corner coming up. Oh, on a little bit wide. Don't spin, don't spin, don't spin. Yes, right, this corner should be flat out. That it is with very, very relative ease. I've gone wide again. Nice. This is costing me about a 1/10 so far. I've got plenty of overtake left as well. Now, these first 2 corners should be easy flat, which they are. This should be easy flat as well, which it is. Now, this corner, slight tap of the brake. Hey, come on. Final corner. Not as late on the brakes. That was almost perfect. On the exit. Damn. Okay. Come on. What's that going to be? Could have used way more overtake, and it's going to be... Oh. On the day that I can win the title. Ew. That is outrageous. 1/10 ahead. On pole. On my first try. My first lap of the circuit, and my plan worked. I treated it like I was on F123, and those are the results. And I'll be perfectly honest, there is probably another 2 or 3 attempts in that I can grasp with ease. So I went wide on all of the hard braking zones. I braked too late, and I had way more overtake left. But we're going to the sprint on pole. Lando Norris as well in the top 7. That's respectable. Let's go. And here we are. This could be a championship-winning sprint race. Bit depressing that a sprint race is what I could potentially win the championship on. You always want it to be a Grand Prix. But honestly, I'm not too bothered. As long as I win, I don't care how I do it. Now, I forgot to mention in quali, hopefully most of you saw, Fernando Alonso is alongside me on the front row. And as we know, if you watch most of my videos, my race starts are pathetic. So, let's just hope I can have a good one today. So here we are on the grid. We'll just be using one set of mediums for 7 laps, which is pretty short. And yeah, 7 laps. If at the end of these 7 laps, I am ahead of Alonso, or he finishes 1 place ahead of me, I will be the world champ. Actually, no, that's not how that works, is it? I am very stupid. I've been sat here, I'm sure some of you are screaming at your screens right now, saying, well, that's not how that works. I don't know why I was thinking that I win the championship if I had finished ahead of Alonso. He could outscore me by 8 points in this sprint, and I'm still way ahead, because there's obviously a Grand Prix coming up. Yeah, okay, well, I can't win the championship, so that might ease the pressure a little bit, but we still want to win the sprint race anyway, don't we? That is the aim. So let's go and do this thing. No wheel bug for me. Starting on pole for the first time in forever. And we are away, and that race start doesn't seem too bad. I'm trying to avoid wheel spin, but Charlie's done an Alonso 2012. It's 3 wide behind me. I've banged wheels with Charlie. I've got someone next to me. It's Fernando Alonso. No! Oh, and I've spun. I've nearly spun. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I said my race starts aren't very good. There's a prime example of my race starts not being very good and just, you know, nearly crashing on the second corner as well. Not really what you want, to be honest. All I can do now is, woohoo! Try and stick with Alonso and see what happens. But yeah, that is... Yeah, losing 1 place to Alonso is fine. Losing 2? Yeah, that's not good, really, is it? Now, I forgot to say, during, like, the start of the race, I have a massive issue with tyres on this track. And I had it on F123. I'm wondering if it's going to carry over to F124, where my tyres seem to just stop working after the first sort of 3 laps. I don't know if they, like, overheat, or if like the wear is just way higher, but yeah, that is a problem that I did have, and I'm wondering, will it happen again? Because if it does, well, let's just say it's going to be very difficult to stick with these cars. Well, this is a promising second lap. I've set the fastest first sector, can't read, and I've closed the gap to Alonso, and the gap to Verstappen behind is now above a second, so that's very nice. Tyres haven't done the thing yet, but one thing I have noticed is it's clear I have a lot less downforce than everyone else. Alonso and Leclerc are very quick in the corners, but as soon as we get down the main straight, I catch right back up. So, I do think I prefer that though, because obviously the straight is going to be the main and maybe only place where you can overtake someone. So honestly, I don't mind that. Leclerc sets the fastest lap, 3 tenths quicker than me. And Alonso's going for it. Go on, my son. Maybe I can get a little third party off this and gain some... No, never mind. Leclerc's just going to defend like the GOAT that he is. Fair enough. Bro, I tell you what, I clutched up there. Verstappen was well within a second of me. And I managed to just... It's not even Verstappen either, it's George Russell, as Alonso's going for it again. Going round the outside, and he gets the move done. That was... excellent by Alonso. Alright, wasn't expecting that from him, to just send it, and it worked. I was just saying how Verstappen, or Russell, was very, very close to getting DRS, and then at the final corner I had a really nice exit and escaped from them. And then 10 seconds later, Alonso goes and gets the lead. So that's not good. Of course, that means Alonso now outscores me by 2, which means the gap will be exactly 25. Of course, it's incredibly unlikely, but using genius intellects and very extreme complicated mathematics, if Alonso wins, if it stays as it is now, and Alonso wins the Grand Prix and I score nothing, we go into Abu Dhabi on equal points. I'm kind of hoping that happens because that would be a really exciting finale, but Leclerc might have different plans because he might go for a move on Fernando, which he is. He's going to try and do the same thing Alonso did to him, round the outside, the cheeky bugger, and he's done it. Thank you, Leclerc. I appreciate that massively. Cheers, boss. Oh, Alonso's having it again. Takes the inside line, which we've proved is considerably worse. And there it is. Leclerc stays ahead. That is actually very important to note, potentially for the race, which is that if I do have a move on, go around the outside. The outside is better. I mean, every time that one of these two have gone for a move up the inside, it hasn't worked. And every time they've gone around the outside, it has worked. So that is obviously the method. Verstappen, where have you come from? On like a serious note, where? That was he stepped up a bit, hasn't he? In fact, everyone has. There is now a massive trail of cars right behind me. If I lose DRS, I might be in the mud. Luckily, though, I don't think that's going to happen. I'm driving well, car's going nicely, so I doubt that will happen, but that's quite scary. The Verstappen's right there. And here we go. Final lap of the sprint race. Will we see a final move from Alonso? He's going to go for it. Up the inside of Charlie. And he's got it. Oh, no. He actually made a move up the inside work for him. Yeah, that's... Oh, no, stop. Okay, we're fine. That was almost very scary. I don't know why my car keeps getting very, very loosey-goosey round that one corner. Everywhere else, it's reasonable. Through there, though, not fun. And here we go, approaching the final sector. It's a shame that the start-finish line isn't where it used to be, which was like at the end of the main straight, because that would have been maybe Leclerc could have got that first place back and saved me an extra point, but overall, I am happy with my pace. I managed to stick with the front runners throughout the entire duration. No real threat from behind, and honestly, a very nice, clean drive. So we crossed the line. Fernando Alonso wins, Leclerc gets second, and I'm on the podium. Of course, starting from pole, finishing third is a bit of a downer, and Alonso does get the points gap from 27 down to 25. Overall, though, not too shabby. So here's the results. Lando Norris does lose a place as well to Yuki Tsunoda, but we do still score 7 points overall. Luckily for us, Ferrari scored 0 points. Oh no, Carlos Sainz did. So Leclerc gets 7, Ferrari gets 7, we got 7, Aston get 8. So in the constructors, there is basically no movement at all. There's confirmation Alonso gets the gap down to 25, and in the constructors, we still trail. We are on equal points with Ferrari still at 31. Meanwhile, the gap to Aston is now 57 rather than 56, so basically no change. And now we go into quali for the important thing, which is the Grand Prix. Alright, so welcome to main quali, actual quali, important quali, and map for my first run. Now, Lando Norris is currently P2 with a 1 minute 19.146. I don't think I've got the ability to beat that. I think my best ever lap around here is a 1 minute 19.2. So I have no idea how this is going to go, but let's just give it our best and just see what happens. Do you know what I mean? Round turn 1, not looking too bad. Now I need to brake more and then try not to lose the car. There you go. That was a lot better. Now I need to remember as well that I can use a lot more overtake throughout the lap. I had so much left after my sprint quali run. Making my way through there. That was okay. It is going to be the fastest sector 1. I have been proper lively through there. For reasons I can't figure out why. I wonder if it is just the main straight. I have no idea. Making my way through sector 2. It's looking okay. I need to remember. Brake earlier through here. And then try and avoid the wheel spin. That was very nice. Go down to about 45, maybe 40. And then this should be easy flat. I'm currently 9/10 up on Teo, so that's really nice. Flat through here, do a little George Russell. And then we're actually not going to brake. I'm going to do a slight lift. That went quite well. And then into the final corner, over the curb. And that is a beautiful lap around Qatar. It's going to be a 1 minute 18.9. Oh my squirrel. That is one of the best laps I have ever driven on this game. On 110 AI, I go 2/10 quicker than currently P1, which was also a 1 minute 9.15 or something. And I'm on pole, provisional pole. Whoa! Now, let's see if that bug happened where the driver's lap times just changed for some reason. Let's go and have a look. And did it? Or did everyone else just improve? Let's have a quick look. No, they just... Okay, so the bug happened, and it just improved Lando's lap time. Before I went out, Lando's time was a 1 minute 19.146. It's now, all of a sudden, magically, a 1 minute 19.090. Very good from Lando up in P3. Very good from myself to be 1.5 up on Leclerc. Fastest Sector 1 by 3/10. Also, not to actually second fastest, Sector 3. It's just Sector 2 where I'm a bit slow, which does make sense considering I definitely have less downforce than everyone else. So, one more run left. I would be surprised if I improve at all. And I'll be honest, I'm not very confident in actually keeping this pole position because the AI are definitely going to improve and I don't think I can. But let's just see what happens. Alright, clear track ahead of me, clear track behind me, and I'm still on provisional pole. Like I said, if I can find any improvement, then it's an absolute win. So let's have it then, come on! I'm not even sure where I can find improvement on this lap, but let's do it. Turn 1, brake, in, get on the exit as soon as possible, and I'm already up. Oh yes! Take it really short, get on the curb, little bit of oversteer, that's alright. I am already 1/10 up as Carlos Sainz goes 3/10 quicker than me and puts it on provisional pole as I also go off track limits. But do me a favour, just let me off and ignore it. Thanks in advance. Now, into Sector 2, I am now nearly 3/10 up. I am cooking something egregious. Yeah, nice little wheel spin, I've caught it well though. And I am still on one. Scary. Don't lose the rear. Nice. Overtake on. Come on. 4/10 up. I am cooking. Keep it flat through here. Nice. Keep it flat through there. Nice. Right wide. Go in. Oh my goodness. What am I cooking? I am cooking like a prime... like chicken chow mein right now. Across the line, 4.5 1 minute 18.5. Oh my! I don't know. Wow. Wowee. Wowee. Wow, bloody wee. Right, listen. I did 3 quali laps before this video, so I was lying when I said it's my first time driving. I had 3 laps experience. My best lap in that was a 19.1. I've just had an 18.5. On 110 AI, when I thought I couldn't improve, I found nearly half a second, and I'm on pole. Fernando Alonso P3, Lando Norris, although half a second behind me, very good performance in P4. And I need to quickly take a look at that improvement. So Sector 1, I found 2 and a bit tenths. And that's Sector 2. Sector 1, what, like a 10.5? Sector 2, 2 and a bit tenths. Sector 3, like 12 milliseconds. Whew! I I know it's like against AI, but I had some serious adrenaline rush there. That was pretty crazy, and I will say that is probably top 3 best quali laps I've ever driven. So, into the Grand Prix we go, on pole, with my title rival in P3. Let's have it. And it's race day. A lot of pressure rides on this. Like I keep saying, if I outscore Alonso by anything more than 1, I'll be the world champion heading into Abu Dhabi. Now, I do have a concern, which is that in the sprint race, I was quick on race pace, don't get me wrong. However, Leclerc and Alonso, and in fact, maybe even Verstappen and Russell, were quicker. And I was only safe because of the DRS. I'm wondering if that's going to happen again today. Obviously, a lot more laps. Tyres are going to be strained a lot more. Oh, I don't know. Alright, so here's the strategy for today. Very, very bog standard. Your good old medium to hard tyres. Lap times are not too bad either. Mediums are going to start at 23 and go up to 24. Hards start at 23 and finish at 23. So that is really, really nice. And I think we're ready to potentially win the Drivers' Championship. I'm going to need a decent start. I'm going to need to stay ahead of Alonso. So that is the target. Let's hope he doesn't rekindle his 2012 Spain start and be half a second ahead by the first corner. And here we go. Lights are on and we're off. And that start doesn't seem too bad. I got a nice getaway. Alonso's already right up the arse though, and Sainz is as well. We go through turn 1, 3 wide, and Alonso gets ahead, and Sainz... Well, it's not over yet. Up the inside of Chini con Carne. Go on, get in there. No, he's got the inside line. What a bastard. No, this isn't done yet. It's done now. And exactly what I said I don't want to happen, happened. Alonso had a Spain 2012 start and is half a second ahead by the first corner. Shit! Pardon my French, but that is worst case scenario. It's important to note as well, Alonso and Sainz are on the soft tyre, everyone else on the medium, so that is obviously one of the main reasons that they got ahead of me off the start. But I will say, I didn't think my race start was that bad. I guess theirs was just obviously better. So that's unfortunate. And yeah, not a great first lap. And honestly, I'm getting vibes that this is going to play out quite similar to the race, the sprint race, where I was just stuck behind Alonso and a Ferrari for the entire race, and they were just fighting each other, and I was just sort of there. Right, this is looking a bit bleak. I have now lost DRS, 2 signs, and I've got Lando right on my arse. Now, Lando, usually I'd be open to like letting you have an attack, but my championship's on the line here, so I don't really want to. Sainz sets the fastest lap. I've got a lot of overtake to use, and actually, it seems like my overtake is enough to stay ahead, even with the car behind having DRS. So that is really encouraging. Of course, the downside is I can't use that much every single lap, so we'll have to see what happens at the next lap. But yeah, this is turned to shit. Basically, that's what's happened. Alright. Time to try and defend once again. Sainz sets the fastest lap. Max Verstappen goes for a move on Norris. He's looking for a move on me as well. Oh, leave me alone. I'm busy. Hang on, little switchback. No, Verstappen gets ahead. And Leclerc also gets ahead of Norris, which is obviously very poo for the constructors. Oh, Nelly, it's all falling apart. I'll tell you what, I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't under pressure. Although it's, you know, you can always say it's AI. I am feeling a lot of pressure right now, and that is something I can't really do, to be honest, like drive or do anything under pressure. So, yeah, my lap times right now and just my driving is very inconsistent, some would say. Some laps are absolute bangers, the others are very, very smelly. And Verstappen is already nearly a second ahead of me, so yeah, not great. Alright, here we go again. I've got a lot more ERS this time around, so it might be enough. Nope, Leclerc's going for it. down the inside. I'm going to brake later and try and swoop it around the outside to defend, and I do. Nice. Right, well, that just made it abundantly clear that going around the outside is definitely the way to go. That is very, very easy for defending. Cool. That is very important knowledge to know and now confirm having done it myself. Alright, here comes Charlie again, but let's try this tactic. So we brake late, go around the outside, and nope, Leclerc sticking in it this time. Go down the inside, keep it in. He's still fighting this geezer. Can we give it a rest? We go wheel to wheel into the final part of Sector 1. Gotta give him room. And he's still fighting. And yes, I've managed to keep the place. That is very, very nice. Although, I've just lost even more time to the cars ahead. So, was it really worth it? I don't really know. But it was a nice battle. It was good fun. So, that's cool. Right, here we go again. This time Leclerc is considerably closer to me. I need that outside line, I think. He's going to go for it, and I believe he is going to be... Yes, he is ahead before the corner even comes up, which means I have now been relegated down to P5. Ooh. Where's Alonso at? Alonso currently P2, still right up Sainz's arse. Oh, Nelly. Right, for the first time, I actually have a bit of DRS, so that should keep me well ahead of Hamilton. Sainz and Alonso have stopped. Ooh, that's very early. Okay, maybe a bit of undercut action going on from the rest of the field. I'll be stopping on the next lap. I believe everyone else will be stopping around the lap 10, 11 area. So, that's quite encouraging. I want to see what tyres Alonso and Sainz go on to. I feel like it has to be the hards. I don't think you can make it on the mediums. But, you know, the fact that an undercut is still possible, that's encouraging. I like that. Right, DRS enabled again. And it's my time to stop. Is there a little move on Leclerc here, maybe? Around the inside? Nope, not going to happen. That's okay, though. It seems like my pace has finally stabilised. I'm actually sticking with Charlie. I'm not losing incredible amounts of time. So actually, this is quite nice. As you can see, Sainz, Alonso and Russell are the only drivers to stop. They were on the softs and they're way behind. It's a shame they're not in any form of traffic, slowing them down. So there's a very high probability they're actually going to undercut all of us. But what I'm hoping is that by the end of the race, their tyres will be shot to pieces. Meanwhile, me and everyone else that hasn't stopped yet, that our tyres are quite good. And that we can then catch up. But it depends how big the gap is, because I reckon the undercut is going to be quite powerful. Did they change the pit entry? Oh, they did. It used to be you had to go round the final corner, but in we go. Into the pits we must go. E-I-E-I-E-I-O. For my one and only stop in this race. You can see Alonso and Sainz and Russell in the bottom right of the screen. A fast stop would be nice. And that is exactly what I get. Well done, McLaren pit crew. That is very, very nice. There is Fernando Alonso making his way down the straight, and he is going to be ahead by some distance. There's George Russell as well, making his way. Does he get past? Yes, he does. Okay, so, how much time did I lose exactly? I think that's about a second, maybe 2 seconds. That's not too bad. And they do actually come out on the medium tyres, so by the end of this race, their tyres surely have to be in the mud. Although, to be fair, I did 10 or 9 laps on the medium, so an extra, like, 2 shouldn't be too bad. Alright, everyone else is now in the pits. That's cool. Apart from Lando Norris. Oh, I forgot to use overtake that lap. Unfortunate. There is oh, no. Oh, no. So, not only have I stayed behind Leclerc, but Hamilton has not only got past Leclerc, but also overcut me. Oh, it's all falling to pieces for me. This is going horribly wrong. Alright, everyone else is making their stops now. Fernando Alonso retakes the lead. I set the fastest final sector. There could be a little move on Hamilton here, and I can't even go for it, because little Lando Norris actually overcut me as well, relegating me to P8! Oh, shit! How has it gone this wrong? My beloved undercut, for the first time in forever, has actually completely ruined any chance I had. Oh no, this is prime red flag territory. This is horrid. 5 laps remain in this race. Honestly, had no idea there was 5 laps if I wasn't really looking. The situation is basically exactly the same. Got Lando Norris ahead of me, and then there's, you know, Hamilton ahead of him, and then Leclerc. I've got Verstappen right on my ass, and, well, no one's really overtaken anyone. We're all stuck in one long DRS train. Up ahead, as you can see, you got Alonso ahead of Sainz. They keep switching places. But yeah, really, really poor from me today. Not entirely sure what's to blame. I don't think it's my driving necessarily, or 100% of the blame. I feel like I've done pretty well these last sort of 6 or 7 laps. But it's one of those things. It just doesn't work out. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, unlucky. Penultimate lap of the race, and yeah, everything is still the same. Teo Pourchaire DNFs from the race, that's unlucky. Carlos Sainz now leads the race, so if he stays in the lead, he's going to save me a few points. Of course, there's still one massive overtaking spot left down the main straight. I don't know what to say, really. I feel like my pace has been very, very nice and fast and consistent, but there's just nowhere to overtake because we're all stuck in the same DRS train. So, yeah, I don't really know. And here we go, final lap of the race. Someone's had a DNF ahead of me. Is that just the Williams? Yes, it is. Okay, false alarm. I've got Verstappen right up my arse. It'll be in my best interest to not let him by. So that's exactly what I'm going to try and do. He is going to go for it, this geezer. He is a nutty geezer. That's what he is. Please, let me have this one. I throw my hands up in disgust at his overtake opportunity. He's still going for it. And no. And Alonso's got ahead of Sainz. No. Let me breathe. Oh, I don't know anymore. It's all fallen to pieces on the final lap. Everything that could have gone wrong has just gone so impeccably wrong. Not only am I about to lose another 2 points to Alonso, but he's about to gain another 7 on me because he currently is in the lead. Oh my goodness. How has it fallen to pieces this bad? Oh my. I was supposed to win the championship today, and no, it looks like I'm going to be finishing P9 while my title rival goes on and wins the race. There is confirmation. Fernando Alonso wins. Carlos Sainz finishes second. It's going to be Ollie Behrman, I think, getting P3. And I finish P9. That was the moment right there. That was the moment that everything changed. That was it. Like, everything changed on that first corner of the final lap. Ugh. Thing is as well is that I felt pressured, so I cocked it up, but that was a very easy defensive maneuver. All I had to do was just sort of push him a little bit and brake later, and that's it. And I didn't do either of those things, and that's how Verstappen got through. Alright. Now, the final results are as follows. Fernando Alonso wins the Grand Prix from P3. Carlos Sainz finishes second. Max Verstappen... Wait, You're telling me that entire time I was fighting Ollie Behrman? Oh, I apologise. I thought I was fighting Verstappen because he was right behind me before I went in the pits. But no, he just overcut me that bad that I didn't even realise it was him way up there. Wow. All right. Fair enough. My apologies. I'm bad at looking to my left, apparently. Lando Norris also finishes P7, which is down 3 places, but I lose 8 places. Which means, in the standings, it looks like this. I mean, On the upside, what a finale we have in store. 2 points is all that separates me and Alonso going in to Abu Dhabi. Leclerc is now completely out of it. It's only between me and Alonso. And in the Constructors, well, we now trail Aston by 74. Oh no, that is egregious. That is actually heinous. How has that happened? That is terrible. And also the gap to Ferrari has gone from like 30-something points, like 35 points, 36 points, all the way down to just 11. Oh, that is tragic. From the miraculous result at Las Vegas to this, it's a saying that I do say often. A brief moment of elation followed by plummeting depression. Well, that's going to be all from me. I will see you in a few days' time for the season finale at Abu Dhabi, where we'll have a 2-point gap to decide the championship. But yeah, that's it from me. Make sure to like and subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'll see you lot next time. Goodbye. So...